I was qualified in 1970, 78, 76, because my training took longer. And my first salary the first month was £42 for the month.
I also started in 1973. I did my training at Staincliffe General, that's in Yorkshire. And there were other two hospitals as well. Dewsbury General, we did the pediatrics, and Barclay, where I did orthopedics. I was surprised really with when I saw with the patients, really the questions they asked, you know. And I remember one time myself and the civilians were bed bathing this patient, and she held onto my arm. She said, "Why are you wearing black gloves?" Things like that, It was on the geriatric ward, so, and things like that, and I enjoyed it. Whether she was a bit confused.
Yeah. I started my training in 1959, longer than you live. After I finished my general training, I did my midwifery in Birmingham. Part 1 in Birmingham and Part 2 in Croydon.
Well, I came here in 1958. People came from here and recruited us, and I came directly to a hospital in Maidstone. So things were so different.
On my first day in this country and on the wards, the first shock I got was I'd never been with so many white people, and they were all in bed, and in the old days you had to put the top of the sheet 9 inches over the bed, and they were all lying there, white sheet, white, and I thought they were all dead. I really did. That's my first thing. And the grammar of the sister and the nurses, and I thought, where am I? Because they always tell me that England was a place of excellence for education. The grammar was atrocious.
Well, when I started nursing, I respect everybody, domestics, because we are, in God's sight, nobody's better than the other. And nobody could call anybody by the Christian names. You had to say Mrs. this, nurse this, by the surname, nurse that. One day there was this lady that just started nursing, and I didn't know, I wasn't a proud person anyway. And I said, I can't remember her name, but I called her by her first name. And sister took me in the office and told me off. And I said, sister, I'm sorry, I didn't know. So nowadays you find out that nurses are calling doctors by the first name, calling sisters by the first name, calling everybody by when I was trained, that didn't happen.
And I must say, I quite like the uniforms really. I quite like when I first came, the aprons and the cap, the buckle.
As soon as I started nursing, all that stopped. I'm glad I went to the School of Nursing and not the university. I'm not saying...
It's all right, I take no offense.
I'm not saying that the university isn't good, but I'm glad I was trained in the School of Nursing.
Because you were an apprentice.
Because, and they had the rooms, you didn't think about theory, but also the practical side of nursing. And they had classrooms as well. So I'm glad that I was trained when they had the School of Nursing.
Yeah, but you see, we were apprentices. And things have moved on. Nursing has gotten so much more technical.
Yes.
Well, if you think in that time, most West Indians who were nurses, they did night duty because childcare was so expensive. It still is.
Very expensive.
And in my case, I didn't want anybody else to look after my children, so you did nights. So, and what they did was they offered most West Indians nights, and on wards like mental health wards, care of the elderly wards, and they never wanted them on surgical or intensive care or palliative care. It's, there's just this thing about nursing.
Yes, because you did nights because of your circumstances.
I was saying earlier that I got into nursing through an entrance test because I left school with no qualifications. And you used to take an entrance test. I was an auxiliary nurse for a couple of years. And then you took an entrance test and you have to get 50 to get in, and I got 51%, and I got into nursing in Bradford. But a lot of nurses were on night duty, and I think, yes, they were on the elderly wards, the kind of not so prestigious areas.
Trained as a nurse and a midwife in Nigeria, then came to the UK in 1991, so I was already qualified by then, and did the adaptation course at South Manchester College of Nursing.
I did most branch of nursing, and the last days of my nursing, I ended up being in charge of intensive care at night. And then I had to leave. After done 13 years, I had to leave because I'd hurt my back when I was 21, lifting or attempting to lift a 20-stone woman. You wouldn't do that now.
No,
You wouldn't do that. They didn't look after us.
No.
Because I was told I was here to nurse, not to be nursed.
Right.
So,
If I was to become young again, I would still do nursing. That's me, because I just love nursing. I think I was born to be a nurse. I was born to be a nurse.